The 2024 NFL Draft's first round is complete, and today we're going to see what if the best case scenario happened for every NFL team. That is, every single first round pick becoming a stud instantly, but not just a stud, a 99 overall. Which team would benefit the most? Well, that's what we're going to find out. We begin with the Chicago Bears, first overall pick, Caleb Williams, leading the way at quarterback, but they also had the 9th overall pick, and now they have a 99 overall Romo Dunze. Along with DJ Moore and Keenan Allen, DeAndre Swift, Chicago, even without this experiment, has one of the better offenses in the NFL. Washington is having flashbacks to the RG3 era and his phenomenal rookie season now that they have 99 overall Jaden Daniels leading the way at quarterback. He's going to be throwing to Scary Terry. You have Eckler and Robinson in the backfield, Ertz at tight end, new and improved Commanders team. Patriots fans are hoping that Drake may be the next savior of New England, 99 overall QB. Gonna have to elevate the team around him, just like a quarterback in the past, and we'll see if he can make it happen. The Cardinals are hoping he has a career just as good as his dad, Marvin Harrison Jr. At wide receiver, 199 overall, new target for Kyler Murray. Instantly becomes the #1 option in Arizona. Not to mention on defense. At pick number 27, they selected the edge rusher, Darius Robinson, 99 overall, leading the way for the defense. The Chargers decided to go with the offensive line route and take Joe Alt at pick number 5. Now you have him and Rashawn Slater protecting Justin Herbert. Not a bad pick, man. The trenches is how you win in this league. However, you also need some playmakers, and Giants fans might just startle the neighbors.
Another one.
When they're cheering Malik on in the upcoming season. 99 overall wide receiver for Daniel Jones to throw to. Best weapon on the Giants offense. They needed that. They needed some talent at wide receiver, and they got it. When you have a young quarterback like Will Levis, you gotta be able to protect them. So the Titans drafted J.C. Latham to do just that. They made some nice additions in the offseason. Look out for Tennessee and this improved roster. The shocker of the draft has to be the Falcons taking Michael Penix Jr. In this experiment, he's gonna be ahead of Kirk Cousins, of course, and he's showing a lot of talent. Okay, that's not the problem. There's just questions about his durability, given the injury history and his age, of course. But if he stays healthy, long term, this could end up being a great pick for ATL. The 5th quarterback taken was J.J. McCarthy by the Vikings. They traded up to get him, and now he has Aaron Jones, Justin Jefferson, Addison, and Hawkinson. But they also had another first round pick that they used on Dallas Turner, the edge rusher from Alabama. So Minnesota making some nice improvements. I'll be honest, I thought the Jets were going to take tight end Brock Bowers, but instead they go with Olu Fashanu, the tackle, to help boost their offensive line. You have Tyron Smith on one side, him on the other. With Rodgers and all of these weapons, not a bad pick at all. Jets looking good as well on paper. Sean Payton and the Broncos got their guy, Bo Nix, 99 overall, leading the way at quarterback. They got rid of Russell Wilson, so you knew they were taking a QB, and we'll see if he ends up being the savior for Denver. Now for the Las Vegas Raiders, Brock Bowers was the pick. Now they did take Michael Mayer last year, so you gotta expect a lot of 12 personnel next season. However, Minshew has to be happy. So many weapons for him to throw to. This is an offense that I can't wait to see. New Orleans needed offensive line help, and they got it. Talise Fuaga, who they have listed at left guard on the ESPN depth chart. That's where we have him, but I'm sure he can play wherever they need him, man. A huge boost to the O-line. You can never go wrong with improving the trenches. Chase Young on defense. Solid upgrades by the Saints. Bear with me, I'm gonna pronounce some of these names wrong if I haven't already, but we move on to the Colts. Laiatu Latu, new addition to their front 7, 99 overall, along with Buckner, Stort, and Pay. Nasty defensive line. Speaking of the defensive line, that's where the Seahawks decided to go in the first round. Byron Murphy II, 99 overall D tackle. You have Leonard Williams, Jaron Reed, Draymond Jones. Disgusting talent on their front 7, looking to build from the inside out. Been a weird couple of days for the Bengals with Trey Hendrickson and T. Higgins requesting trades, but you can never go wrong with getting an offensive lineman. Amarius Mims, tackle from Georgia, was was the pick in round 1. You have Trent Brown, Orlando Brown. So regardless of what they do, they're definitely trying to protect Joe Burrow. After Aaron Donald called it quits this offseason, you knew the Rams had to take a D lineman. So they went with Jared Verse, a pass rusher, 99 overall, trying to follow in the footsteps of one of the best to ever do it. Back to the offensive line for the Steelers. Troy Fautanu was the pick. If I said that wrong, I apologize, man. You invested in Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, so it makes sense to invest in the guys that are going to be blocking for them, making smart moves. You love to see it. One of the best names in round 1 had to be the Miami Dolphins pick. Chop Robinson, edge rusher. They have Bradley Chubb, Jalen Phillips, Shaq Barrett. So many pass rushers. It's crazy. Also, Jordan Poyer. Dolphins defense looking scary. But I gotta say, so is Philadelphia's. Okay, new addition at CB. Quinyon Mitchell, 99 overall. Other side, you have Big Play Slay. They lost Fletcher Cox, lost Jason Kelsey, but so far I'm liking the secondary upgrades with CJ and their first round pick. Jacksonville had to add a wide receiver after losing Calvin Ridley, and Brian Thomas Jr. was the guy they went with, 99 overall now with Gabe Davis and Christian Kirk. Trevor Lawrence has a bevy of weapons to throw to. Lions already have a ton of studs on offense, so I wasn't too shocked to see them go to the defensive side of things. Terrion Arnold, 99 overall CB. You also have Carlton Davis, who they got a lot of young talent on this defense. Green Bay no longer has Bakhtiari, but they know the importance of having a good offensive line for your young quarterback. So they went with Jordan Morgan. He's going to be blocking for Jordan Love and new addition Josh Jacobs. Defense already really solid, so Green Bay can make some noise as well. Tampa Bay improved their offensive line. Graham Barton, the center, 99 overall. You have Wirfs, of course, signed Baker Mayfield and brought back Mike Evans. So their offense looking really solid, defense looking good too. I was shocked to see the Bills trade with the Chiefs again after what happened with Mahomes years ago. But now Kansas City has the fastest guy to ever run the 40, Xavier Worthy, 99 overall wide receiver. You have Hollywood Brown, who has like 97 speed, Rashee Rice, Pacheco, and of course Kelsey. So yeah, they're looking really, really good. Now the Cowboys lost Tyron Smith, so they needed to invest in the O-line, and Tyler Guyton was the guy that they went with. Nice addition at tackle. Now they're probably going to take a running back in the next few rounds. I'll be shocked if they don't. Baltimore already made some moves on offense with Henry, so they improved their defense. Nate Wiggins, cornerback, 99 overall, with Marlon Humphrey on the other side, Hamilton and Marcus Williams, one of the best defenses on paper that we've seen. And then the Niners helped out Brock Purdy in this offense by getting Ricky Pearsall. Probably pronounced that wrong. Once again, I apologize. You still have Debo, McCaffrey, Ayuk, and Kittle, but one of those wide receivers might not be here. It remains to be seen what they do, but as of right now, they're the highest overall we've seen at a 90. And then the last pick in round 1 was made by the Carolina Panthers, Xavier Legette. If it's Leggetti, like Corey Maggette, I apologize for saying it wrong. Deontay Johnson, also a new addition at wide receiver, giving their quarterback Bryce Young some help. Things you love to see. Now, can that help them make it to the playoffs? Let me know your thoughts and predictions. Which of these rookies will have the biggest impact and take their team the furthest? Let me know down in the comment section, man. We're going to sim to the end. Nate Wiggins and the Ravens go 16-1. Xavier Worthy and the Chiefs go 15-2. Top 2 seeds in the AFC, the Jets, Steelers, Bengals, Colts, and Titans make it to the playoffs. Drake May and the Patriots go 8-9. Here are the teams that ended up missing out on the postseason. I'm surprised the Texans are there. Then again, they didn't have a first round pick this year. Bo Nix and the Broncos go 5-12. Michael Penix Jr. helps the Falcons get the 1 seed. They go 14-3. Cowboys go 13-4. Packers, a top 3 seed. You have the Eagles, Niners, Lions, and Seahawks making it to the postseason. Jaden Daniels and the Commanders end up 8-9. JJ McCarthy and the Vikings, same record. Caleb Williams and the Bears go 6-11. That's pretty shocking. I thought they would make it to the playoffs at least. And here's how the rest of the NFC NFC played out. Kyler with Marvin Harrison Jr. went 3-14, but you know we care about the stats. Caleb, 26 touchdowns, only 2 picks, 3,100 yards. Swift almost had 1,000. Look at Caleb, 893 rushing yards with 4 rushing touchdowns. Keenan, Everett, Odunze, and more all had 650 yards or more, no pun intended. Now to make it go faster, I'm only going to show the first round picks stats. 4,000 yards for Jaden, 29 touchdowns, 5 picks, 72% completion percentage, 320 yards on the ground with 2 touchdowns. Drake May, 23 touchdowns, 4 picks, 3,600 yards. Also had a rushing touchdown with 429 rushing yards. Marvin Harrison Jr., 6 yards shy of 1,000 in his rookie season, 71 catches, 12 receiving touchdowns. Malik Neighbors, 1,100 yards, 71 catches, and 9 receiving touchdowns. Michael Penix Jr., 28-3 in ATL. Them's is not the numbers you want to see unless it's the touchdown to interception ratio, 3,823 yards, 71% completion percentage. JJ McCarthy, 29 touchdowns, 7 picks, 74% completion percentage with 4,400 yards passing. Also added 3 touchdowns on the ground. Bo Nix with a nasty season, 26 touchdowns, 3 picks, 3,700 yards. Brock Bowers, 47 catches, 435 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He was competing with guys like Devontae, so it's going to be tough to get his numbers up there. Laiatu Latu had the most tackles for a loss on his team, 20. He also had 54 tackles, 3.5 sacks. Byron Murphy had the 3rd most tackles for a loss on the Seahawks with 11. He also had 47 tackles and 3.5 sacks. Dallas Turner led the Vikings with 10.5 sacks, 12 tackles for a loss, 84 tackles. Jared Verse with 5 sacks, 3rd on the Los Angeles Rams, 14 tackles for a loss and 37 tackles. Chop Robinson leads the Dolphins with 8.5 sacks, 8 tackles for a loss, and also 81 tackles. Quinyon Mitchell had an interception, 3 tackles for a loss, and also 91 tackles. Not to mention 11 deflections to lead the team. Brian Thomas led his team with 11 touchdowns, 95 receptions, and 1,180 receiving yards. Harrison Arnold had 6 interceptions, 1 sack, a tackle for a loss, 86 tackles, and 3 pass deflections. Most sacks on the Cardinals went to Darius Robinson, 12, to go along with 16 tackles for a loss and 69 tackles. Xavier Worthy, 81 receptions, 1,281 yards, and 14 receiving touchdowns. Disgusting rookie season in Kansas City. Nate Wiggins had 4 INTs for the Ravens, tied for the most. He also had 59 tackles, 8 pass deflections, tied for the most on the team. Ricky Pearsall with 17 receiving touchdowns, 1,091 receiving yards, 72 receptions. And then Xavier Legette with 16 receiving touchdowns, 91 receptions, and 1,435 receiving yards. Dak almost had 5,000 yards after they boosted his offensive line. You have Mahomes, McCarthy, Burrow, and Bryce Young in the top 5 for passing yards. You have Jaden Daniels in the top 10. Penix, I think, just outside the top 10. Lamar with 46 passing touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. He should be the favorite for MVP based on what we've seen so far with these stats. As for rushing, Josh Jacobs leading the way. You have McCaffrey, Henry, JT, and Saquon. I just realized there was no running backs taken in round 1. So a lot of these guys are players that have already been in the league. Isaiah Pacheco, 22 rushing touchdowns to lead the way. As for receiving, CeeDee Lamb had the most receiving yards. Cooper Kupp, Legette, Jay Jettas, and Xavier Worthy in the top 5. The Chiefs had him and Kelsey in the top 10, so they're going to be a tough out. Jefferson and Lamb with the most receptions. Brian Thomas Jr. in the top 5. Legette in the top 10. Ricky Pearsall leads the entire league with 17 receiving touchdowns. Legette was tied for 2nd with CD. Worthy once again around that top 5. As for defense, Pete Werner and Fred Warner lead the league in tackles. Nathan Shepard has the most tackles for a loss. And then Josh Allen and Crosby tied for the most sacks with 16.5. 6 INTs by Terrion Arnold was the most in the league. Nasty season from him. No brainer. Lamar ends up winning MVP. Dak finishes 2nd, Mahomes 3rd. Caleb Williams in the top 10 in his rookie season. Same with JJ McCarthy. OPOY goes to Lamar in the AFC. DPOY goes to Crosby. Jadeveon wins it in the NFC. And CD gets OPOY. In the playoffs, we have the Ravens and the Falcons as the 1 seeds. Mahomes and the Chiefs are taking on the Colts. Lamar and the Ravens taking on Burrow and the Bengals. playoffs. Penix and the Falcons taking on the Niners, and then the Cowboys taking on the Packers. Ravens take care of the Bengals 21-17. Falcons and Penix move on 27-21 over the Niners. The Chiefs blow out the Colts 48-21, and the Cowboys finally beat the Packers in the postseason 35-28. Penix with 3 touchdowns, no picks, 6 touchdowns, 422 yards for Patrick Mahomes. 4 of those touchdowns went to Xavier Worthy, 8 for 226 to go along with it. Nate Wiggins had the only interception in their game against Cincinnati, and both the Packers and Cowboys picks were on the offensive line. But here's what the Final Four is looking like. Penix leading the Falcons, Tyler Guyton and the Cowboys, Xavier Worthy and the Chiefs, and then Nate Wiggins and the Ravens. Gonna see one drive from each of these teams, just so we can see what these rookies look like out there, and they made it this far. They deserve some gameplay. Lamar on his first pass, the MVP, finds his receiver Zay Flowers. They're already across midfield. Next play, Lamar gonna throw it to his running back, Derrick Henry, shaking off tackles, picking up the first. He fumbles, but I think he was already down. First and goal, empty backfield for Lamar. He's gonna take off. You have to have a spy up. Ravens get the first points of the game. Now we get to see the best quarterback in the league with the fastest guy to ever run at the combine. Mahomes incomplete on his first attempt, but after seeing the stats they put up last week, I don't know how you stop this team. You just have to play deep every play or send blitzes. Make sure Mahomes has no time. Back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down and 10. Mahomes over the middle. Rashee Rice with the reception. They keep the drive alive. 2nd and 10, already in field goal range. Mahomes going down. Roquan with the sack. Baltimore sending heavy pressure almost every single play. It's 3rd and 14. This time they're only going to send 4. Pacheco goes down after trying to block, but it doesn't matter. Mahomes finds Marquise Hollywood Brown, and we're knotted up at 7. We will jump back in the 4th quarter if this is a close one, which I expect it to be. Baltimore strikes on their next drive. They get a touchdown. The Chiefs answer with a field goal, but they need to start getting 7 on the board if they want to keep pace. 20-13 in the 4th quarter. Make it 27-20. Less than a minute left in this one. Kansas City only has 1 timeout. See where Mahomes decides to go. It's Kelsey who's going to catch it in stride, stay in bounds. They're down to the 1. Actually, great clock management because you don't want to give the Ravens too much time to move down the field for a game-winning touchdown or field goal, but it doesn't matter. Mahomes with his 3rd interception. And who else? Is that Nate Wiggins with the interception, the game-sealing INT? He's going to take it to the crib. The rookie putting the icing on a cake. Andy Reid can't believe it to keep Mahomes and that offense in check. Great job by that Ravens defense. Their secondary, in particular, Humphrey, Simpson, and Wiggins all had an INT. Now in the conference championship on the NFC side, Penix on his first pass completes it to Kyle Pitts. And honestly, I think people are trashing this pick a little too much. I understand the injury concern, and I know he's a little bit old, 23, but if you watched him all year, like I didn't watch too much college, but every time I watched him play, he was throwing darts all over the field. He has a good deep ball. He's accurate. Like, I don't know. I understand you just got Kirk, but a lot of your talent on offense is young. Bijan, Pitts, London, even Mooney is still kind of young. I mean, he fits their timeline more than Kirk does, so you can still compete now, and you can plan for the future. I think this is a pick a lot of people are going to look back on differently later on. Right there, that's just great defense by the Dallas DB. 3rd and 10. Bijan is yet to touch the football. Let's see if he does on this one, though. Penix gonna throw it deep to the left side. What did I say? He has so many weapons. Darnell Mooney getting the first score of the game. Now it's the Cowboys' turn, backed up at their own 9 after a flag on the kick return. Tyler Guyton blocking for Dak and company. Now, of course, this is not the finished product. Still have plenty of draft left, but I wanted to see what kind of impact the first rounders could have just by their lonesome move. Great deflection by AJ Terrell. All of a sudden, Cowboys down 7, trying to avoid a quick 3 and out. 3rd down and 8. 4-man rush from ATL. Dak over the middle, another swat, and Dallas is going to have to punt. So we'll see if Dak and CD, along with the rest of that offense, can overcome this slow start and get back into this game. Penix has the Falcons up 17-0 at one point, but the Cowboys finally answer right right before halftime, 17-7. Heading to the fourth quarter, the Cowboys down 20, and it's not looking good for them. ATL is headed back to the Super Bowl. 2 touchdowns, 200 yards for Michael Penix Jr. The battle of the birds in the Super Bowl. The Falcons against the Ravens, the number 1 offense against the number 5 offense. Both of them top 5 in rushing, and both of them have a top 3 defense. This is going to be a good one. Penix in this offense trying to set the tone early. See if Bijan gets more touches than he did on the first drive in the last game. Yep. Oh, great tackle though. Next play, 2nd down and 10. Another Bijan carry. I like it. Keep on feeding him. This time he gets 6. And guess who got the tackle? Nate Wiggins, the star of the last game, with that pick 6 to seal it and send Mahomes and company home. Penix finds Bijan. They keep the chains moving. 3rd down and 9 though, right around midfield. Who's Penix gonna target on this one? It's gonna be Big Drake London getting the 1st down. Good start to the Super Bowl by the Falcons. They're trying to cap it off with a touchdown. Penix gonna find a wide open man. Darnell Mooney gonna scamper in for the 1st score of the game. Lamar and Henry trying to answer back with a touchdown of their own. Derek on his 1st carry getting 5. A couple plays later, 3rd and inches. You gotta think they're going to Derrick Henry right here. Any other decision would be foolish. Henry not gonna get it. What a tackle. So the Ravens are gonna start off hunting the football, but just because their first drive ended with no points doesn't mean we count them out. However, 21-0 at one point. Baltimore is struggling in this one. They get a safety at one point. However, they're still down 8. Why are they going for it on 4th down? You kick the field goal, you're up 2 possessions in the Super Bowl with 2 minutes left, but I guess if you get it, it's over. However, Penix throws an interception. Just not the smartest decision right there. Just take the field goal. Go up 11 and you're sitting pretty. Instead, now Lamar has a chance to tie it up. Mandrews with a nice start to this drive. They're across midfield, but a few plays later, they're in a 4th down and 8 situation. This is the game right here. Falcons can win if they get a stop. Lamar, top of the screen. What a catch by Rashad Bateman. 2nd and 10, 48 seconds left. Here comes another blitz by the Falcons. Zay Flowers with a nasty route. Touchdown Baltimore. But now they need to get this 2-point conversion. Bates on the blitz, and it frees up Aguilar for the easy conversion. We're tied up at 21. Cannot ask for a better finish to the Super Bowl, to this season. Destroy the like button if you're enjoying it, man. Let's see if Michael Penix Jr. can lead a game-winning drive in his rookie season in the biggest game. How many of you had the Falcons going this far? Be honest. I think it's possible. With all that talent they have, hey, and Penix being a 99. Now the boneheaded decision by them might have cost them the Super Bowl win. I mean, they should have already won. It should be an onside kick attempt that they recovered, but instead it's 3rd and 20, and we're most likely headed to overtime. That's exactly what happens. Overtime. Falcons get ball first. Both teams will possess it though. First drive in OT. Falcons in a 3rd and 6, trying to avoid a 3 and out. Penix going to the play action. Oh, he's scrambling to the right. Bad decision. Matabwike is over there, and the Ravens get a quick stop. Ravens trying to avoid a 3 and out on their first drive in overtime. It's 3rd and 12. Lamar over the middle. What a catch by Zay Flowers. And Lamar trying to cap this one off with a touchdown. Is going to throw it once again to the end zone. It's caught by Mark Andrews, and the Ravens are going to win this Super Bowl 27-21. Nate Wiggins, their new cornerback, wins it as a rookie. Lamar is a Super Bowl champion, and that's what would happen if every 1st round pick in the 2024 draft was a 99 overall, according to Madden. Thanks for watching to the end. Appreciate you guys so much, man. Hopefully you have a good rest of your day.